Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about politics and what I had mentioned in the past about drugs and how these drug cartels bring in the drugs into the country. And I had mentioned in that video that the government, they're playing their part. They are involved in this distribution of drugs. You know, it's not, even if it's not really hands-on, they know the people who are actually distributing these drugs. And so anyhow, I found a video they just posted yesterday, and about this journalist being interviewed by this guy who talks about a lot of banking system corruptions, talking about the collapse and whatnot. I'm subbing his channel. He posted this video yesterday where it's an interview with a journalist, and he broke down how the government directly tied to drugs cartels, and in this case the Chinese Communist Party cartel in Canada, and how they are running these distribution centers within Toronto and Vancouver, you know what I'm saying, British Columbia, and how their involvement directly linked to the Communist Party. Okay, and he went down on a rabbit hole talking about how this money is being circulating, you know, between money laundering facilities and drug, you know, from fentanyl or other drug distribution center. How Canada just removed a lot of Canadians from the borders, you know, borders within ocean area where this, you know, ships are coming from China and whatnot. They're not being searched. How the Chinese Communist Party are paying all those countries to distribute the drugs. Canada, United States, Australia and stuff. He listed a bunch of them, right? And he talks about, also he mentioned, you know, who people are involved in this, and how, you know, Trudeau visited these facilities. You know what I'm saying? He's directly linked. You know what I'm saying? You guys, you can't make this shit up, right? Guys, I knew this. You know, I knew this. I didn't even have to have an evidence. You know what I'm saying? And I have not seen or read an article. I have not seen, I repeat, I have not seen or read an article that talks about this. Okay? I'm very intuitive kind of person. I just know, like, you know, and I'm just a normal person. I'm not all-knowing like God, you know. God all-knowing. God knows everything, right? But you know, I just know it, you know. I just knew this was going on, and I talked about it, and they attacked me. They attacked me when I talked about it last time. I posted a video talking about this, and I posted the video and talked about it, and they attacked me that night, you know, because I did not know, you know, why they were attacking me. If I'm lying, then it's not true. So there's no harm done, right? So, for example, if what I'm saying is not correct, they would not lose it on me, right? They'll not be upset because what I'm saying is not factual, right? But when I say something is factual, right on point, they get really upset and bent out of shape, you know, and they're like attack me for it, right? And that's a mystery, the mystery, behind it. By now, I just finally, I have something like he went on and talked about how the Chinese government influencing the government's institution and government, here in Canada, US, and all of that. Okay, how TD Bank was being okay. TD Bank was what was it? Was were fine was fine were fined. Yeah, TD Bank fined who were fined $3.8 billion. You know, because all this money were coming in into the country. All this money coming into the country, and they know this money is not coming through legal ways. Okay? Do not believe this. Do not believe this garbage. Okay? They knew. United States government knew. Canada knew. Australia knew. All of them knew. But all of these people, even including government officials, are all getting paid. You understand? So this fine now, $3.8 billion was, fined to TD Bank. It's their cut. It's a cut. It's United States cut from the drug distribution that came through Canada and US. Understand? What is this? Okay. They couldn't move the money. Okay? They couldn't move the money from Canada to the US without raising red flags, right? So, for example, if they're $3.8 billion, it's a lot of money not to be noticed leaving the banks, right? So what they do is they fine TD Bank. That way, legally, they can move the money. You understand? You understand this what's going on? Yeah. This is how it's done, guys. Okay? I don't have to have a law degree in anything. I don't have to be, I could be an elementary school dropout, for me to see this BS, behind it. All what's going on, So where Trump went after them, he went after the cut of United States for the drug. Do you think China they really hate China? They really hate the Communist Party? Okay, if you think they really hate the Communist Party, you have another thing coming for you, okay? You are so oblivious, you're far gone, there's no help, no help whatsoever. There's no use to wake you, you know what I'm saying? Because the Communist Party wouldn't exist if it was not being funded or paying all these countries globally. You understand? China control a lot of financial things, all these countries, they're saying, oh, China doing this to us. And they're like pushing the blame, that making China seem like the villain. But really they're playing their part. They have to play, they hate the country. In reality, they don't. Or they hate the government of China. And they know they don't hate the government of China. Because the government of China, the Communist Party are paying everybody. It's like the soprano of the financial system globally. You understand? and now they're expanding. The Communist Party is expanding, creating new currency, creating new, you know, you understand? You understand now? You get it? You get what I'm trying to tell you? China is not their enemy, guys. China is paying them. They're paying them. They are drugging us. You know, remember I told you about how these drugs are moved around. How could be Canada, you know, a country as big as Canada, you know, to have ships coming from China not being searched? Who the border patrol get their orders from? Why would you remove Canadians from the borders and allow for ships to come in with tons and tons of drugs, basically, and then the drugs are being cooked in Canada? Okay, sorry, there's dogs here. Anyhow, sorry guys. Anyhow, those drugs, they said, is being cooked in Canada. You understand? So now you get the missing link. The missing link I just completed for you guys. I just told you how it's done. Okay? So believe me if you want, but hey, I did not make this video. But now if I'm gonna bring it for you guys to see. They're gonna go after me, they're gonna attack me for it. But even though I did not create the video. You understand? Yeah, exactly, that's my point.